Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I'm late today. This seems to be becoming a bit of a habit. I want to talk to you today on this lovely Friday, the 31st of January 2020, about perception. So, the eagle-eyed amongst you, those of you that may have watched me last week, will have noticed my hair has changed colour again. This time, not by design, but by default. So I had my hair coloured a fabulous purple colour last Friday, and I put something in my hair over the weekend I thought was going to prolong the colour, and what it did was turn it a random shade of greeny, reddy thing, which is absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. However, that's my perception. My perception. I'm having it redone tomorrow in order to rectify my my mistake. But let me talk to you about perception. So I've been out today buying or ordering at least new furniture for the Spanish house. Excuse me, I got that bit of a sniffle today. And we bought some fabulous stuff, and I've ordered it in a really nice shade of plum. And a fabulous, the armchair that comes in this like deep cerise colour, and that's just for me. But that's besides the point. That's what I'm not talking to you about that today specifically. It was more about the lady that served us, who was a British lady from the northeast by the sounds of her accent. I couldn't quite pinpoint it because I'm not that brilliant at accents. And she thought my hair was fabulous. And I'm inside going, you got to be kidding me, right? This is an absolute travesty. But it was all about perception. She hadn't seen me last Friday when I had it done, beautifully done in purple. She did ask to see a picture, and she was shocked that the two images were of me. But anyway, but her perception was that my hair looked amazing. And she could understand why I was choosing the colours of furniture that I was choosing. But I, inside, was going, my hair's a mess. I can't even be seen outside in public with this. Completely different perspectives on the same mop of hair that's stuck on top of my head. So there you go. That's one view of perception. But the other bit about perception is about what's happening between the UK and Europe today. And I'm not going to get into the politics about it. That's not my business, and I'm no politician by any shake of the imagination. In fact, I can probably go very politically incorrect if needs be. But this is about the perception by the Europeans being completely different to the perception by part of the UK population. But also perception of the wider populace around the globe. What do the people outside of Europe and outside of the UK think of all of this? Do they think we're all just a bit crazy, or do they think this is the best thing since sliced bread? Who knows? All I can tell you is that whether you think you're right or whether you think you're wrong, you're right, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. So with the information that you have to hand, whether you live in Europe, whether you live in the UK, whether you live in the United States, Australia, Kathmandu, or whatever your thought process is around what's going to happen at 11 p.m. UK time tonight and midnight in Europe, that's your perception, and you're entitled to your opinion. But you can only and ever and always make your decision or your thinking around what's going on in respect of the information that you personally have to hand. And you might not have the complete picture. You might only have a snippet, or you might have, whoa, this much information, who knows? But either way, all you can ever do is make a decision or a judgment based on the information that you have. So today, as I said earlier, the young lady in the furniture shop thought my hair looked amazing. And I'm going, you've got to be kidding. You've seriously got to be kidding. I have screwed up on my hair and I'm going to have it redone tomorrow. And that's just two different perceptions on the same situation. On the same situation. So the lovely Lucy's watching today. Hi, Lucy. How gorgeous. So Lucy, you may have seen my hair last Friday, and it was like this beautiful shade of purple, and it no longer is. And it's going to be rectified again tomorrow because I did something very silly and put something on it, and it turned this random shade of green with a bit of red still at the roots, and it just looks, oh my God, what on earth have I done? So whilst it may cost me again to have it redone, for me, it's worth it. But again, going back to perception, so the perception last Friday when I had my hair done was, wow, I've got a bargain here. In comparison to what I would have paid in the UK, I saved something around about £60. It was about £60 different, not as expensive here as it was with what I've been paying in the UK, my perception. Whereas the young lady, when I attempted to give her a tip to say, thank you, you've done an amazing job, she's going, no, 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 you've already paid too much. Again, perception, completely her perception of the value of how much a haircut costs here in this part of Spain versus how much I was paying in the UK. Thanks. Thanks, Peggy. Anna Green Gables, yeah, that I've read that a long time ago. So David is watching as well, and he's probably chuckling away to himself, going, "What have you done, woman?" So hopefully, on my Facebook Live next Friday, I'll be back to that gorgeous colour that I had done last Friday. So hey, who knows? So I just wanted to pop up very quickly today and talk about perception. Because whatever's going on for you in your world, you will have one view of it because you only see one view, one perspective, one scenario of it. Whereas somebody else looking at it from the sidelines, or even the person that you're having the conversation with or the interaction with, will have their perception and they'll think they're right too. The only thing I can tell you is that both of you are right because it's both of your perception from the angle that you're looking at it. The angle that you're looking at it from. The awareness, the information, the judgment call that you make on whatever is going on for you. And if you put this into the perspective of the cancer world, which is where I kind of work with clients in, some will have the perception that they're about to, whether they've got the full story or not, some will go into that deep negative scenario almost instantaneously and others won't. So when I got diagnosed back in 2017, about 2 or 3 weeks after I got diagnosed, a young lady I went to school with also got diagnosed. She's about a couple of years younger than me, but she also got diagnosed, and her very first thought was, I'm going to die. And yet I had a similar, not exactly the same, but similar diagnosis, and that still to this day has never crossed my mind. I talk about it, but it never even batted an eyelid. It never even crossed my sphere of consciousness, because for me that wasn't going to happen. And thankfully, touch wood, touch this random coloured hair wood, I'm still here to talk about it. So again, about perception, just one very quick one about perception before I close today. The young lady who I was ordering the furniture from today asked what I did. So we had a 5-minute conversation about it, and she's going, give me as many business cards as you have because I've got so many people that you can help. And I never even thought that I would be talking about what I do for a business to a lady that I was buying furniture from. She's taken about 20 business cards. Now, I don't know whether anything will or won't come from that. And even if it's just a conversation I have with somebody and they have a different perspective of their experience of cancer, then my job is done. So again, different perspective. She was, well, there is so many people that need this, and I'm going, and in my brain, I'm still going, I'm not sure I've got a business here. Just completely different perspectives, different angles, and different experiences of the same situation. So I'll leave it there with you today. Hopefully I'll be back on time next Friday, which I promised last Friday. But I hope you'll forgive me for going out and ordering my brand new two-seater and three-seater sofa in a gorgeous plum color, and my deep pink armchair and other stuff that I ordered as well. That's my reason for being late today, so I apologize. We had a 240-mile round trip to go and order the furniture, so yeah, it took a bit longer than we anticipated. But I'm here, and I hope you enjoyed what I had to say today. If anybody's interested in having a conversation with me outside of these Facebook Lives or anything else, you can get hold of me, Maureen at maureenyork.com, or you can go to my website, maureenyork.com. I'm having a new website designed as we speak. So it's going to be all new, flashy, and a bit more up to date than I have currently. But anyway, have an amazing weekend, everybody. And I'll be in touch very soon. And hopefully I'll be back on time at 1 o'clock UK next Friday, rather than being late for the umpteenth week in a row, as it has turned out to be. Anyway, have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you soon.